What are they? Happy. Write down what your biggest check has ever been. Write down what your biggest check has ever been. 1 month, how much money you made. One single month, your net income in 1 month. Tell the person next to you what your biggest check has been. Net check. Net, not gross, your net check. Net money. How many had a check over $50,000 in 1 month? Nice. 2, 4, 5 people. Over 50 grand. Very nice. Anybody over 100? 1, 2, 3, 4 people. 5. Anybody over 200 in a month? You had a $200,000 check? Me too. 238. Was it bigger than that? Awesome. How big was your biggest check? $714,000. Does that make you happy? Now, I tell you what makes me happier than a great big check. A bigger check. So whatever your biggest check is, the goal is to have the next biggest check. So I have all my clients write down their biggest check and have it taped to their computer. On the inside of their computer says, my biggest check was that. And I have them look at it all the time. Why? Why is that important that they look at it? Motivates them, gets them excited, gets them going. Hopefully it'll make them turn off the computer. This is the enemy. Just let me tell you right here, this here is the enemy. If you spend more than 1 hour a day on this, you do not make a lot of money. How many of you spend more than 1 hour a day on the computer? Raise your hand, be honest. Spend more than 1 hour a day. You do not making your maximum money. This is no money in here. This is a necessity that most of us have to have. I personally don't have it as a necessity. I don't do email. I don't go online. I don't text. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't like it. Okay? Now, I have staff that, of course, does that. So I have secretaries and assistants and technicians, and I have people that do all that. So I'm the kind of person I say, hey, I want this to look like this. And then 5 minutes later, it shows up on my desk. I prove it. No, this ain't what I wanted. Then they give me something else, and I make some changes. Then I get back exactly what I want. So that's how I do it. Like I write a lot of articles for a lot of magazines. Anybody here in the mortgage business? A couple of you are in the mortgage business. I write for Mortgage Originator magazine. I'm on contract right now with Mortgage Planner magazine. I write an article every quarter. I just spoke for them at their big yearly event. I just signed a contract with them for next year. They're paying me $45,000 to talk next year. This year I talked for free just because I wanted to get a lot of clients. He called him and said, oh my God, you're a rock star, I want you back. I said, you're going to have to pay a lot of money to get me back. He's paying some of these guys 80, 100 grand. I said, I want half. I want $45,000. I threw that out there, figured he'd counter it like 20. He took it. He said, okay, I'll take it. I said, okay, I'm signed. Sign me up. I'm in. I'm your man. But you got to remember, I sell a lot of product. So I push a lot of his products. I sell a lot of product for him. I sell a lot of my own product because I'm passionate. I believe in what I'm doing. And I think you guys are not passionate enough. That's why you're not making enough money. I think you got to be more excited. Okay, I think that's the #1 thing we got to focus on. Now I'm going to talk about the art of the sale. What does it take to make a sale? There's 4 parts to a sale in my opinion. 4 parts, then I'm going to break down some of these parts a little bit and teach you how to make some money. So the 4 parts of a sale. #1, you got to have initial contact. Initial contact is the key. If you have no skills and you see a lot of people, what'll happen? You'll make money. I have one guy who works for me. I just fired him. He's been a loan rep for 8 years. He sees 30 people a week face-to-face. I track with all my guys how many people they see face-to-face. He sees 30 people a week. Most of my guys see about 15, and I'm sure they're lying about 3 or 5 of them, okay? So they're probably seeing 10 or 12, all right? But he sees 30 people a week. He goes out on open houses on Sunday, sees 20 realtors every Sunday at open houses, and he can't do a lot of business. He has absolutely 0 people skills. And what he is he's fake. Have you ever met somebody that's fake? He's not a bad guy. He's a nice guy, but he's pretending to be something he's not. Does that make sense? Like I am this all the time. I was this in grade school. I mean, they kicked me out of every class I was ever in. They sent me to the principal's office my whole life because I couldn't sit still. So, I mean, you are who you are. You have to be authentic when you're in front of your clients. Just be yourselves. But what you have to do is you have to turn that up a little bit. But this guy has no skills. So I had to fire him. He has to go be a tradesman. He used to be an electrician. He has to go back to being an electrician. I'm doing him a what? Favor. I'm doing him a favor. Some people need to fire you. Some people need to get on your butts and say, you know what, you're not cutting it as a salesman. I don't think you're getting enough pressure put on you in life. How many of you are not being pressured enough? Raise your hand, you're not being pressured enough. Somebody's not calling you out, holding you accountable, saying, Michael, you did a lousy job last month. You're supposed to make 30 grand a month and you made 8. That is unacceptable behavior. What are you going to do to fix it? You need somebody in your grill. Okay? That's what a boss is. Most people should not be self-employed. It's a proven fact. 95% of America would be happier on a what? A job with a paycheck. It means 5% should be in commission. You know what percent of America is in commission? About 60% of America is on commission. So most of them should not be. I think being an independent contractor or self-employed is the worst job in the planet. You're the last person to get paid. You do all the work, okay?
Get all the blame for it.
All the blame. You take all the grief. Something goes wrong. Yes, it's my fault. People call up and complain. Your company didn't take good care of me. I'm sorry. What can I do to fix it? It's my job. My name on the door. You know, that's the job of being an owner. So, initial contact. I want you to have 20 face-to-faces a week. In a week. I got 40 right here. Bam! One shot 40. I got 3 talks this week. I've done 2 already. It's my 3rd talk. That's 100 people have seen me this week. 100. How many of you have not seen 100 people face-to-face this week? Raise your hand. You have not seen 100. That's a lot of people, isn't it? I see a lot of people because the mortgage business is like what right now? Mortgage guys, what's it like right now? Ugly. It's ugly. I mean, tell you what, that check right there, I'm telling you, last year I only made I think I made 3 times that. I think I made $650 last year. The first time I've ever been under $1 million in like 14 years in net taxable income. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what? I went back and looked. The last time I made $650,000 was like 1994 or 1995. A long time. So I have to reinvent myself. I have to change. So for me to do more loans, I have to do 2 things. I have to do more loans. I have to hire more loan officers. Those are the 2 things I have to do this year. So to do that, I have to get in front of a lot of people. And I have to show them what I'm about so they can say, hey, you know what? I have people walk up to me. A guy walked up to me last week and says, hey, I'm a loan rep. I need to work for you. I need that energy right now because it's hard and I'm struggling. I need to go work for you so I can get my business off the ground. I need you to yell at me and hold me accountable. First time I had people start coming up and say, hey, could you please yell at me? It's kind of crazy. It cracks me up. You need it right now. Yeah. Initial contact, we need 20 contacts a week, at least 10 or 15. So write down who you saw every week face-to-face that you talked to. Like if you talk to 3 people here about your business, then you put them 3 down as what you're doing. You count them as 3 contacts. Initial contact. Step number 2 to a sale. You got to be able to build rapport. You got to build rapport. What does that mean, build rapport?
Make a friend.
Make a connection. You got to make a friend. So let's talk about how to do that. Because it's hard. I'm not a natural rapport person. I'm not really a people person. I care about people, but I'm not naturally friendly. It's just not my personality. I never have been. I'm a little on the mean side, okay? So I have to work hard to build rapport for people to get to know me. Like there were people at that event last week that said, I got to have my money back. He's horrible. Tree huggers normally do not like me, okay? They do not like my style. I'm too direct. I want people to make a lot of money. I don't think there's anything wrong with making a lot of money. If any of you think there's something wrong with making a lot of money, you're not going to enjoy me talking. It's not going to be a good fit. So building rapport for me is a tactic. Here's the tactic that I use. I talk to people about their Ford, F-O-R-D. F-O-R-D. I talk to them when I first sit down. I ask about their family. So are you married? How many kids do you have? How old are your kids? What activities are your kids in? One thing about me, I go deep. So I ask 3 questions about each topic. So when I say, tell me about your family. Great, now let's do the mortgage. I don't do that. I go deep. Tell me about your family. How many kids do you have? What do your kids do? When's the last vacation you went on? I ask open-ended questions. Open-ended question is, what does that mean, open-ended question?
So please more questions.
They have to talk more. It can't be, hey, do you have kids? No, that is no good. Are you a parent? You can't ask that question. Okay? You have to ask questions open-ended so they're talking. So I ask them about their family. Then I ask them about their work, their occupation. I said, tell me about your work. What do you do? Are you good at it? What makes you good at it? Do you love it? What do you love about it? You understand? So ask them about their occupation. Now, the next thing where people are missing in life, I ask them about their recreation. Recreation. What do you do when you're not working? Tell the person next to you what you do when you're not working. What do you love to do when you're not working? Go ahead and tell the person next to you.